Hey Neil, it's producer AB. We need some audio coming through. Nope, nada. What's up, team? What's up, Zinger Nation? How we doing this morning? It's producer AB talking to you through the Skynet. Nope, I'm still not getting anything from you, Neil. I don't know. I'm looking the comments, seeing if we're getting anyone else's, but I'm still not getting picking up any audio from you.
No problem.
Oh, there we go.
What about now?
Yep.
All right. The Skynet thing. That's great. Well, I was singing the Friday song, but I guess you guys missed out on that.
Oh, the Rebecca Black.
Yeah, can you know, Friday,
gotta get down on Friday. We should do that every Friday show. Start the show with that song.
I think it's worth considering.
All right, we'll leave it up to the chat.
All right, chat. Actually, you know what? We won't. We'll decide that one internally. How about that, Aaron?
All right, we'll ask the higher ups. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, happy Friday, guys. How's it going? Yes, I'm drinking my coffee. Rich, great to see you. Great to see you. Thanks for calling me out. Harvey, hey, what's going on, man? Harvey's a zinger, so make sure you show him some love in the chat. Yeah, Mike wasn't working at first. We're good now. We're good. I'm going to do a thing. Let me know if it ruins it. Is it working still? Is it working?
Yep, you're still working.
Okay, cool. Thank you, producer AB. All right, guys. Give me a 1 in chat if you guys have been watching this show for at least 3 weeks. Because I have some gloating to do this morning. And don't worry, this gloating isn't because my picks have already played out. There's still time to get in on the action. Anyone know about VET? What about OXY? What about XOM? Early days. All you old heads, all you OGs know about those tickers. All right. I'm not going to say you heard them here first, but there's a chance you did. Rich, shout out. I bet you're loving VET right now because it is up in the pre-market, having closed the gap. So normally at this like little pre-show thing that we're doing right now, I take picks from everybody. But guys, I really think we gotta focus in at times like this. Times like this, we gotta focus in on the sectors that are doing the work, that are standing above the rest. And that just happens to be good old poison to the planet and the atmosphere. Oil. Good old oil. Drinking your milkshake oil. All right, that's just how it is. Just how it is. We had a rotation out of the tech into good old oil. Thoughts on VET? VET. That's my thought on that. I'll take 2. Hell, I might take like 50. If you look at my portfolio right now. Would love to hear people's takes. How are you playing your oil stocks right now? How are you looking at the OXY? Looking at XOM? You looking at those ETFs? Looking at those young oil ETFs? At least they call them energy ETFs, but they're very heavily weighted toward the old school stuff. I got burned on Solar Edge. So Solar Edge, I got stopped out. High type flag. Solar Energy, I got stopped out. Not a great feeling when you don't get that fulfillment after your trade setup. That so sweet. But you know what? I love protecting capital. And that's what I did with my nice stop loss. So hopefully if anyone here was in Sedge, Solar Edge, you did the same. George, I'm just going to put that up on the screen. Spell my name wrong, but no, really. I think everyone that's been paying attention to like folks like JC Peretz. JC Peretz is who I follow a lot. Just for what's going on a macro level with the markets. That's futures, bonds, global currencies, global markets, stock markets. He's a great person to follow to get an idea of what sectors are in decline and what's starting to diverge out. And he said pretty early on, actually, when he was a guest on the show, that he believed we were about to enter a commodity super cycle. So, so what other oil stocks? MRO. Let's take a little look at that. You guys get a little preview of what's going to come up here. MRO. Guys. I got a soundboard. This is looking like a snack. This is looking like a snack, my boy. Although it looks like we might have missed the boat on it. If were you in MRO, let me get a 1 if you're in MRO. Damn. We'll do a quick little tack on this. This is a good one to do it with. So what we've got here is a stock that was thrown out into the garbage, and they formed a nice little double bottom. We like to draw our double bottoms with a rectangle tool. We don't do these peaks. We do like where the meat is. Let's say like right here, and look how that lines up. See, this price level agreed with where the meat is, not the little peaks. All right, guys. Don't get faked out by these highs when you're looking at double bottoms. That's like I don't know what to call that, but that's not what you want to look at. You want to look at where there's actual action going on, and that's usually where your next level of resistance will be. So good call on MRO if you got in, and it's doing the same dang thing that all these other stocks are doing. So what we're doing is looking at a single sector, a type of stock, and playing the same old song just at different times. So we can see that MRO is already very mature in its double bottom cycle. It spiked up like crazy. These 2 days right here, these 3 days were just massive for it to shoot up there. But we've got a couple other ones that aren't as far along that we can still play. So yeah, we've got our double bottom here, which for the immediate price target of a double bottom, you just want to take the low up to where that action is. So this is really the height of my rectangle that I've drawn, and then add it to the rectangle. And you can see that our price target has already been hit for MRO. Also looks like it's a pretty important little resistance level there that we have broken through once again. So we've broken through that resistance. So what we want to do is look for the next level of resistance that we want to break through. But shout out to anyone that got in to MRO. This is a perfect resolution of the double bottom in an oil stock. Well done. The next thing that I would be interested in, this one is a little more performant, meaning that it was had a more accelerated slope. It went up faster than some of these other oil stocks. So typically what I would like to do now, I mean, maybe not typically, today what I wanted to do was draw price channels, parallel trend lines, to give us an idea of the upper and lower limits that this can be traded in as it goes up to our price target. But this one just shot up like crazy. This was a, shall I say, volatile puppy. So if you had the options on this thing, whoo-wee. Well done on MRO. It's going to take me a while to get used to that. It's too much fun. So yeah, Rich C. Yeah, Rich C got rich on MRO. That's right. Thoughts on MVIS? We're keeping it all today. All men today. All right, we're drinking the milkshake. All right, we got our pickaxes and our dynamite. We're prospecting. All right, what's another one that we can look at before we hop in? I got like 3 minutes before I want to roll the other stuff. Yeah, way to go, DDS, for being an MRO. All right, fine. Blaze neutral, whatever. SPC. You guys are you're gonna mess up my flow. I'm trying to talk about oil, and you're taking me to freaking outer space. All right. Well, let's take a look at let's look at some price history, which is not hard because this is a very young stock. Obviously, you have an all-time high here, and then we're hitting some level of support. Let's go ahead and get our little line. So what we want to do with this stock, with every stock, is find points in the past where these levels showed up, where they were pivots in price, right? Where they were spikes up or down, and they pivoted in the other direction, or where they were gaps in this case. So like we're trading in the pre-market right where this gap down ended. So we filled that gap with this wick. The real body is staying above it. So I've drawn a line in purple. It's like really hard to see. I'll change those once we go live. Space, I don't know, man. I don't know. This is a falling knife. Falling knife. I would say the next level of resistance, of course, is here, right? This is where it was fallen previously, and it got caught. So if we make that visible with green. I don't know. You guys totally can't see any of that. Now you can see it. I'll make it solid too. That's the support you're looking for. And then with space, I mean, you're looking like you're going to want to watch this and watch for a bounce. But the thing with this stock, what you want to see when you have this horizontal line of support like this, I'm going to go really quick, is you want to see it. You want to see its virtue tested a couple times, right? Like we want to bounce here, and that would be our second bounce. Get some action, get another one in here. Maybe we get a little spike, blah, 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 blah. And then you can start to look at this as a line of support that you can count on. So I'm going to show NEO, which has exactly that going on. So let's think of NEO as sort of what we would like to see with space, which is there's this line of support that clearly every time we've hit it in the past, one, two, three times, it's been a support level that we bounced off of. So it's actually a buy signal. So you might see that with space. If you see it's not a bounce until it actually starts going up in the opposite direction, depending on which time frame you're looking at. It would be day one close, perhaps at that support level. Day two, you see it growing past it. You might got a bounce on your hands, and you want to test your other technical indicators, such as your MACD, and see if your fast line is moving above your slow line, and use a little multi-time frame analysis. Look at it on the hourly. So we're on the hourly on NEO. So again, this is kind of what we're hoping to see with space, since it is a falling knife right now, is that it hits the support level, which NEO has. We can see on the hourly, we got some upward momentum, right? Let's do this little MACD thing that I got. Yeah, so we're waiting for this MACD to kind of go up. MACD moves sort of like RSI, but we're bouncing right about on that level. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is roll our fancy intro and then go into the show proper. The themes of the day we'll discuss after the little thing that we do.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go.
Welcome into the open, where we get technical. You you should have investments in long-term growth. Hey guys, what's up? This is Neil Hamilton, and this is Get Technical, where we look at the technical analysis of financial markets to find opportunities to make money. Remember, this is not financial advice. This is purely for education and entertainment purposes only. Don't trade what people on the internet tell you to trade, especially if they're idiots like me. All right, we're here for silly goose times and to learn together. And hopefully we'll discover some great trade ideas in the same time. You know what I did before the show started? I thought that I had a soundboard plugged into our streaming platform, and I was doing like moves like in sync to the sound, and it wasn't even playing, was it? You guys could not hear. You guys could not hear what I was doing. Oh, brutal. Hey, Aaron, do you know how to make the soundboard play? We need to up the production quality of this show. I want the soundboard to work. How do I do it?
That's a good question. We'll look into that and get it figured out.
That's an insufficient response. I want it to work right now. Damn it, man. Wait, audio. Let's see. Come on.
Wait, do you have it on like a virtual soundboard, or you just have these like audio files?
Wait, can you hear this? Can you hear that?
No.
Damn it. All right, guys, you'll get it on Monday. Yeah, I was doing things with my head and my arms, guys. I have sounds that I was doing things to. God, that's embarrassing. All right, whatever, guys. We'll add that in post. The show today. First off, happy Friday. It's the end of the week. It's been a hell of a week, guys. Woo! Man. Feel like I'm climbing out of a burning vehicle. Yeah, sometimes you just ride that car so fast out on the highway that you blow a gasket and you just got to pull over like a road warrior. All right? And take a breather. And that's what we're doing with tech stocks right now. That is what we're doing. We are Mad Max. The engine block is cracked. We got to pull over and get out of the car for a minute. Damn, that was fun though. Boy, was that fun. Is it over? Yeah, for now. You can't for now. You can't just stick your hand out in the air and expect gold to fall into it. But does that mean that you can't make money in the markets? Then absolutely not. There's always opportunities. Always. You just can't be a dummy. You actually have to know what you're doing. So on that note, many of you who have been watching the show know that I've been really on top of oil stocks. XOM, VET. I'm looking at my watch list right now. XLE, which is an ETF, energy ETF, and CRC, which is a high type flag that we're still interested in. And we're going to look at them today. Market crash or no? ? That's a really good clickbait title that I'll use for this YouTube video. Thank you for that. So yeah, I would say market crash has a definition. Look, guys, we are all about reversals in the bullish reversals on this show. QQQ and SPY. SPY had a rounding top. Here, let's go ahead and do it. Let's do it. We got to get it out of the way, guys. This is Band-Aid rippage. All right. You guys know how I am. You know how I am about these round formations. They go both ways. All right. What does this look like? Let me know in chat what you see. Let me know. All right. That's SPY. Little round action. You might say it's a double. But hey, guys, that's a rounding top. That thing's got to resolve. We have established a short-term bear trend on the S&P 500 as reflected in the SPY. ETF ticker. Upside down cup and handle. Maybe, yeah. I mean, really, I just see a rounded top reversal. So that's got to resolve. Does that mean that's going to last for the rest of your freaking life? No. I mean, it could resolve. So we're looking at the neckline here, which is this pivot point, which I've drawn here actually. You're looking at a very aggressive price target. And remember, price targets we don't always hit. Sometimes if we have, sometimes we only get to 50% of a price target on bullish days. And something tells me that the powers that be will not allow us to quite get back down to where we were in November, which is about where this is. But that's the resolution, guys. All right. We got this. We got this, guys. This is about focusing on sectors that have strength. All right. Don't trade based on hope. Trade based on what you see on the charts. All right. That's it. It's systematic. It's very mechanical. And we see here. Does anyone know what we got here? This is QQQ. This is NASDAQ. So this is your really, this is more volatile than SPY. This is going to be your tech stocks. What do we got here? Yeah, CRC earnings, Joel. I don't know. I got a feeling that might be the pot. That's why I'm in. But what do we see here? Hedging strategies, buy puts on SPY, buy puts on QQQ, buy puts on tech stocks. Consider getting into an inverse ETF so that when things go down, your money goes up. That is right, Aaron Colby. This is a head and shoulders reversal pattern. Whoops. Scribble that out. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Right. Our neckline is more like this. Yeah. That's the neckline on the head and shoulders. So we've got to see that resolve. That's all it is. Let me get my ruler tool out. From the absolute low point, ruler tool, go. Absolute low point to the neckline brings me to this yellow line that I've drawn, which will bring us back to where we were in about November. That's how it works, guys. Markets go up, markets go down. We make money no matter what they're doing. This is, I don't know who else is just addressing the writing on the wall that it's very clear that QQQ and SPY, which is NASDAQ and the S&P 500, are just, yeah, it is kind of shrugging. This head and shoulders is like, meh. I don't know how I felt about what J Powell said. Meh. Not great. So, I mean, the writing's on the wall. With this pattern, it's just got to resolve, and then we move on. Plenty of gas in the tank. There's always gas in the tank. To quote Warren Buffett, Papa bless, never bet against America. Never bet against America. We like stocks that go up, and they do it in aggregate over time. So I am not holding on to these. I am not in these right now. I'm in stocks that are actually going up. With that said, let's go ahead and move on to our first one of the day. Who here? Let me get a 1. And actually, while you're at it, go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe if you remember the rat system. Do you remember the rat system? Who here remembers the rat? The lowly rat. Shunned by society, but great in number. Anyone? Okay. Ghost Razor remembers the rat. This is an extremely, I worked with the crack team of researchers, technical analysts, scientists, psychologists, and geologists at Benzinga to formulate this system. RATT, the rat system. Step 1 in the rat system for accumulating wealth. Rummage for stocks holding low support for extended periods. Step 2. Analyze the fundamental business case in light of an economic trend. Oil. Technically evaluate the price, volume, and timing. And finally, trade. Trade, my friends, and prosper. That's the rat system. All right. And that's why we're looking at VET, Vermilion Energy, not the cryptocurrency. I get every time I tweet about VET, I get a bunch of crypto guys like give me like thumbs up, bro. Yeah, like we believe in it too. No, I'm talking about Vermilion Energy. This is oil. So yeah, this is the stock that one of the stocks that we talked about early on in the show that had a really long downward trend and then had a sustained period of support, right? The fundamental environment that this is in, which can really arguably be technical, JC Pretz would say it's technical, is that oil, dirty energy, is diverging away from the other stuff, right? And it's doing good while the other stuff's doing bad. That's why we like it. All right. So that's why this is a rat snack. That's what the piece of cheese is. We're here just trying to get a piece of cheese because depending on how you play it, a piece of cheese means money in your bank account. It is nothing to shake a stick at, if you will. All right, guys. So this is the same thing. If you guys were in the pre-show, I drew this up. This is almost exactly like I forgot what the ticker was, but it was another oil stock that one of you guys shouted out. Exact same thing, guys. We see this with a bunch of our oil stocks, which is we had a very severe drop around Feb. We had some gaps during that drop, and that's why I like this one. This one has the tastiest gaps, and then a double bottom formation. And as always, with my double bottom formations, I use a rectangle to get the lowest point of support, and then the level at the height of the formation where the meat is taking place. The meat is taking place, not this little peaky guy that's coming out of here. That's a straggler. That's a stray hair, if you will. We focus on the meat. All right. Thank you, producer Aaron. And then now we can see that we had a trend bringing us back up to this resistance level that has accelerated, baby. And we're hitting this resistance right about here. Hitting this resistance. But cool thing is, I'm going to go ahead and delete this. I'll just delete this thing. The cool thing is, when we look at these channels, you can trade these things on the way up. All right. So the way that I look at this, let me get rid of this, is that at first, a few days ago, we're looking at VET. We had a trend that was like that. And look how it holds true at these highs. But then, so the way that you would trade this is you would treat, even though it's slanted, you would treat the top line like resistance and the bottom line like support. We hit the support line, we bounce. We hit this resistance line, we bounce down. Trade that baby up and down. Calls and puts, however you want to do it. You can do all that all day. Or you can just hold it and adjust your stops as you go. Right? Because as you're going up, your stop loss is going to be based on the next probable spike. And it's going to be higher than the previous low on support. So that's the channel. But then let's do a little multi-time frame analysis and zoom into the hourly. Our trend has accelerated. It has broken out of our first channel. So now what we're going to do is use our parallel channel tool once again. And we're going to always draw on the right side of your charts. When you're doing trend analysis, it's on the right side of the candles. Got our two low points up to a high point. All right, so that was it. That was the trend for a while on the hourly. But then look at us breaking out of that bad lad once again. We got a volatile puppy. All right, so we got earnings on the 8th. What was the date today? Monday. Watch out for mouse traps. Watch out for mouse traps. Keep your stops tight. But I am watching this stock. Monday might be the day that we rise up. The rats rise again. God, I wish I had the soundboard right now. I wish I had the soundboard right now. I had so much stuff for you guys. Oh, excuse me. I got a little chest congestion, but I had so much like backing music. This was going to be a very dramatic show. Whatever, guys. Keeping it technical. That's VET. You guys probably can't really see. Let me see. Let me zoom this puppy in. I'm going to change this to the daily. Can you guys see those purple lines? Probably not because they're dotted. Let me adjust these really quick. Let's make these THIC thick. Okay, can you see the purple lines now? Why am I drawing these? Let me know in chat if you know why. What are these? These are our gaps. These are our gaps. You ever played like this one's for the OGs. If you ever played Jet Moto, like the PS1 racing game, or like any racing game, you ever like run over like the opposite of a speed bump? It's like a little arrow on the ground. You run it over. I think Mario Kart has this too. Not a Nintendo guy, but when you run over the thing, it's like boosts your speed for a second. That is what gaps do. That is what gaps do in a bullish sector, which is what we have with oil. So that's why I have these marked up. I like them because I'm probably going to buy a little future resistance support. Sure, definitely. But they're gaps that need to be filled. And I'm not betting against that in this sector right now. Look at how voracious this growth has been. So if we continue up, these are going to be like little speed boosts. Making my own sound effects because I don't have a soundboard. So there you go. VET up 10% on the day. Let me get a 1 if you got into VET. Next stock. Everyone knows this one. So this is like a later stage VET, Aaron. This is XOM, ExxonMobil. ExxonMobil already did its thing. ExxonMobil is what ideally, if everything goes according to plan, the future looks like for VET. And who knows where it will go from here. Let's see, what time frame is this? Jan 23. March. That's not, so let me see really quick. 60.39. So if we break $60.39, it'll be at a year high, a 52-week high. And we are racing toward that with XOM. And then, of course, our resistance levels are dead ahead. Got resistance dead ahead. And actually something, here, let me try a little something for you guys. I see this downtrend. I want to draw this in. So see when I drew this trend line down here, this is just an interesting thing. How that formed a gap up point. So just be very aware of previous trends. So we'll switch to the weekly. Let's zoom out. XOM. So looking at this thing, this is just trend analysis, not very deep. But we had positive trend, shelf, period of consolidation, corrective phase. It goes by many names. Period up, period of consolidation, downward trend, negative impulse, strong impulse up, Strong correction. This is a volatile one. Now looking back, this is just an opportunity. I know this isn't a trade idea for right now. The trade idea that I've given today is VET, which has a lot of room to run. This is just talking about price channels, not price channels, but parallel channels, which I promised I would do. So I'm going to get my parallel channel tool. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, parallel channel. This is on whatever brokerage you're using, as long as it has charting tools. And I'm going to go to my first point in the trend, my first low in the trend, which is right here. And I'm just going to draw it on the next one that I see. So I've covered 2 or 3 here. So I got 1 low, 2 low, 3 swings low covered here. And then I'm going to go to the high. So I'm actually going to go to the high that's in between swing low 2 and 3. Trading within an upward trend. Trading within an upward trend. Can you see how there's like magnets at each line? And then as soon as you touch them, they kind of push you away. They pull you in, and then they push you away. So with ExxonMobil, many others like it, you've got a buy signal when you hit this line. You got a buy signal when you hit this line. And then as the trend starts to accelerate, you want to stop looking at the same time frame. Start looking at the hourly. We go from, actually that was weekly. We can go down to daily now. So from weekly down to daily, down to hourly. I skipped that 4-hour stuff from day to hour because you want a big enough difference in time frame for there to be a meaningful change in the appearance of the chart. From day to 4-hour really isn't quite enough when you're doing this type of thing. So you can see channels within channels, right? So over this period of time, we've got a little channel, got a couple here. So one that we can do is this one. Choose our tool again. Boop. Boop. To our high, which is right about here. I might even zoom in even more than that. I want to look at this period during the hourly. Of course, my thing gets all cattywampus. Oh dear. Where'd it go? That's right now. Oh, there's my channel. Sorry, guys. This is my personality. I'm less upset about the fact that I screwed up my chart like this than I am about the soundboard. I'm so mad that the soundboard is not working. How do you anchor it? Does anyone know how to anchor it so you can just go like that and zoom in on the right spot? I think we're getting there. It's just not loading. Yeah, this stuff is just not loading. Past couple of days, TradingView's been having some trouble. You can see my RSI and my MACD aren't loading either. So, sorry, guys. Technical difficulties on Get Technical today. All right. Yeah, airlines, cruise lines getting hit. Yep. Guys, I'm telling you, VET. Let's go where the growth is. Let's go where the divergence is. Sustained. All right. VET. XOM. ExxonMobil. Still room to go there. XLE. This one is really nice. This one with XLE is an energy ETF, heavily weighted toward oil. I am a long-term holding guy, but I like to rotate between what it has the highest growth rate over time. So I rotated out of tech and then switched into XLE and VTE, which is a Vanguard energy ETF. But it's got the same formation, of course, because it's representative of its primary holdings, which are the oil stocks that we just looked at. And it, like the others, formed some gaps during the big sell-off period. So we're looking for a gap to close here. And then full resolution of our rounding bottom, or our double bottom rather, looks something like this. Let's use a ruler tool to be fast. Something like that. So price target XLE. About $67. Or would I be looking for a midday dip on VET? Possibly. Let's look at VET. Possibly. Well, the hammers, this is a completely neutral candle, so it's like impossible to tell. So let's go down to hourly and look at this thing. Yeah, it's just trading like completely sideways. It looks to me like it's holding support. Right? Like look at the body as I zoom up. The real body of this red candle is holding above support. So we're looking to hold support, and we're looking like, guys, stocks, nothing moves up straight up. Even though some days there might be a candle that looks like it's straight up, if you zoom in, it's doing this to get there. We take the stairs up, we take the elevator down. So even during this gap, I mean, while I do think it will be powerful moves closing it, there will be some red candles in between. Well, does it? Does GME move straight up? Let's look at it. Yeah, I was trying. I forgot that. Hey, Aaron, what's the CEO of GameStop's name? So Ryan Cohen.
I don't believe he's the CEO. He joined the executive board and became a big investor.
Oh, okay. Who's the CEO?
Let's see. He testified at George Sherman.
Whatever. All right. Well, Ryan Cohen tweets these like cryptic. If you guys don't follow him and Elon Musk on Twitter, you should, and set your alerts, because when they tweet things happen in markets.
You know who else has been tweeting some cryptic things? Is Michael Burry of Big Short fame.
Really?
Yeah, he's like a famous like value investor. He actually was in GameStop like over the summer when the stock was at like $4 because he thought the company's assets were more valuable than the stock was showing.
Yeah.
So Michael Burry has been tweeting some like really cryptic. He actually like deleted all his tweets and only had like 5 up last time I checked. All
right. That stuff's just weird, but that's another one I'll add to my my Twitter alerts. Thanks, Aaron. At any rate, we don't move straight up, guys. We don't move straight up. But damn, does it look like it with GameStop. I mean, that's a squeeze for you. That's a squeeze. All right, not spending too much time on that. Let's get to CRC really quick, because this one is very interesting. And it's a mess right now, so let me clean it up. Whoops. Whoops, not that. This. Boom. Look how I can delete multiple things at the same time. Delete. How many times have you done that? Our mystery guest today, if you guys didn't know, is going to be Hot Stocks Luke Jacoby. So be nice to him, guys. He's new. He's trying to learn about some of the technical sides of trading. He's really nervous to come on, so Aaron had to convince him that we're a good community and we'll take care of him, guys. So let's try to keep it clean, be nice. Yeah, Rat Squad. Let's be nice, please. So moving this, CRC. I said a high type flag, totally wrong. CRC cup and handle likely to break out is my take on that. Right now, not happening, but this period of consolidation, let me pull my Bollinger Bands up, is forming a volatility squeeze. All right. So I haven't talked about that much, and I don't think we really have too much time to talk about it today. But if you use the Bollinger or Bollinger. I don't care how you say it. I say Bollinger. I like to say it that way. When you have periods of volatility, the upper and lower band expand. And then following that, this goes in cycles, you have periods of contraction. Those periods of contraction are followed by periods of expansion. So you go between tight trading, tight price action to volatile price action. And right now we are in a little volatility squeeze with CRC. So this is another one to watch, not a double bottom. I'm not going to play round and round by rat for this one, but this one's on the watch list. It's in my holdings right now. All right, it's 10 a.m. We got a busy guy. Here with us. His name's Luke Jacoby. Works at Benzinga.
Hey, Neil.
Not the most technically savvy guy. Luke, I think that you're kind of close to your webcam. Can you back up?
Yep.
Can you back up a little bit?
How's that, Neil?
It's better. Do you know how to tilt it?
All right, what's up?
Not much, man. We're just talking about oil stocks.
All right. I own a good amount of USO. I'm a bag holder. Shout out my fellow bag holders. We had this thing before COVID. We had this thing before Russia and Saudi Arabia got in a fight. Now only down 27% on the position. That was a 60% loser there. So sometimes when you hold the bag, it works out okay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a pretty good recent entry point on that on USO.
Yep. Yeah, DMP, shout out. What up, bag holders? I bought gas this morning, Neil, $51. That's the most I've paid for a tank of gas in a long ass time.
Good.
$3. So yeah, give me some technical thoughts on this USO.
Technical thoughts on the USO are that, I mean, the trend continues. We had a little corrective phase here. I'm looking at 30-minute though, so let me zoom out. Ooh. Chat already knows what I think about USO. They already know.
What?
When did you get in? Do you approximately which time?
2016.
2000.
Give me the monthlies. Hit the monthly candles, Neil Ski.
Why didn't you
monthly candles on this chart?
Why did you stay in it through all this? Like, what is your thought process?
Okay, so let's do some mature market thoughts. I like to do this segment on the Power Hour every once in a while. Okay. Mature market thoughts. Okay, so 70% of my positions are in ETFs. Right, we like to talk about the rippers and some of these gap and go stocks and some of these fun ones that we're YOLO trading, like a Fubo we did yesterday. But 70% of all assets are in ETFs, and a pretty diversified ETF basket, right? We have SPY for US large caps, IWN, US small caps, we have TLT for treasuries, right? We've got corporate bonds in there, we've got junk corporate bond ETFs in there. USO is one of those components. You know, the just getting some energy exposure. So that's why. Okay.
Well, you were getting beat up on it a little bit. Were you freaking out a little bit in March?
Yeah,
very recently.
you had COVID.
Yeah.
Plus the week before COVID and the world shut down, Saudi Arabia and Russia got into a tiff and said, you know, we're just going to put out a shitload of oil to screw up your economy. So you had two.
Okay. So the good news is that you're about to have a reemergence.
So okay.
But
are we getting back to these $400 all-time highs?
No, not in the short term.
All right. So yeah. Tell what does this reemergence mean?
It means that you should use a leverage if you want to play oil. If you want this to be your horse, which I think it should be right now, just because it's a strong sector. Like I'm not a financial advisor, but this is what I think one should be doing, is focusing on this sector because it's strong and using some type of levered instrument.
Okay.
Because you've got some room to go here, but you've also
if you really wanted to amplify, you can do it with some of these oil stocks, right? So if we see a 3% move in oil, that's a 6% move in the oil stocks, like your Exxons and your BPs and that sort of thing. So that could be a way to achieve some of that leverage, but of course you're taking on some of that individual company risk.
Yeah. So that's I don't know how long the oil thing will last at all. There are some clear technical things that we need to clear. Just resolutions of bottoms primarily, which this one has to do. So, I mean, if you love this one, If you love this one, you can trade with this, but then I would do XOM or
right.
VET, which is a Rat Snack TM original that you can take a look at, which popped like 10% already today, but now it's down to 8%.
And now that we got through the mature market thoughts, right? We're talking about energy as a sector. Do you do YOLO stocks in this show too?
I have moved away from it, but Luke,
Okay.
You're the guest. It's your show right now.
All right, short Nikola. Let's go. Let's see that Nikola chart. That's as YOLO as you can get short in a stock like this, Neil. Of course, I do it with puts and not with an outright short position because I'm not trying to get margin called today. Stock hit a downgrade.
You're shorting it?
Hell yeah! I got all right. You want to hear the strike on the puts in this, Neil Ski?
Sure.
Yeah, I hope you're sitting down. Are you sitting?
Hold on. Yes, I think I'm sitting.
7.5, Neil.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I don't think it's going to go down that low.
I got time. I've got time on my side.
All
right, where are you at with this one?
It
looks like we're at a decent level of support right here.
Yeah, but so there's a couple things happening though.
And
so
are these daily candles you're looking at?
Yeah. So you've got this downward trend. So I do expect this downward trend to continue, but you've also got bounce potential. So let's do a little multi-time frame analysis here. Luke, you can use that on the show during your smart times. Multi-time frame analysis going from daily down to hourly. So let's look at Nikola on the day. Strong engulfing bearish candle. Not a good sign for the bulls on Nikola. But we are holding the line.
No,
we are holding
don't hold the line.
Shell
if you have diamond hands in this stock, get rid of them. You buy back at 750.
Look, it just turned green. I don't know. So I guess the power trading for the morning has kind of just ended since it's like 10:07.
Yeah, we're in this sideways range now.
Yeah. What was the expiration date on that?
They're leaps. 2022.
Okay. Yeah, this one is very similar. It sucks because I think this company's bullshit. No offense to the management of the company. They are fans of Benzinga. They've been on our shows. Not a huge fan of the company. And then let's bring in its kind of its buddy.
Yeah, and if you guys don't remember all the Nikola drama, this was the one where it was the hottest stock around. They reported they were getting an investment from General Motors. They put out this vehicle or this video of their new vehicle. It's a hydrogen powered vehicle, a semi truck, driving down the road. But it came out that they literally just pulled a semi truck up to the top of a hill, the top of their hill, and then filmed it just going down the hill. It wasn't powered at all.
Yeah, but the
shit was ridiculous.
But the follow-up to that makes it even better is that the stock ripped like crazy during the absolute electric vehicle mania, and then didn't the CEO just leave the company?
I don't know. He got pushed out.
Oh, I thought he just. But okay. Look at what is his name? Look at what is
Trevor Milton. Trevor Milton.
Trevor Milton book. Look at the name of this book that the man has written.
Zoom it, Neil. I mean, this is not a show for ants, I don't think.
It's for rats. Look at this book.
He wrote this book?
I think it's the same guy. I'm pretty sure.
No way.
I mean.
All right. Shout out Chris in the chat. Chris has comment of the day so far.
That's a green truck, can get gravity, does all the work. True. You're right. So they're playing 5D chess, and we're all just dummies. Anyways, this is a book about how to be a con man and hustle in New York City. All
right, so let me flip this the other way on you, Nielski. So we just did Nikola, right? The fake green stock. Now look at Ford. Ford is my 2021 stock of the year. Every year I do one big pick where it's like, all right, this is my high conviction stock of the year. Ford was it for this year, and basically whenever I'm picking a stock, I go for two things, right? I want to see the numbers and I want to see a story, right? I got to have both of those. So on the story side of things, right? Ford had their EV platform rolling out this year. They signaled to us that they're going to spend a shit ton of money on marketing themselves as an EV company. And that was basically the conviction. We've seen this, what I call EV energy, flow into all these names, right? I saw Ford as okay, one of these next EV targets. They sold 10,000 EV vehicles in February, so there we go. So there's the story side of things. On the number side of things, the stock is pretty in line with all the other major automakers, right? EV push or not. So I like that, because even if the thesis isn't right, which of course none of us are always going to get all of our theses right, even if the thesis isn't right, you're not going to get hammered in the name. So that was the reason why. And so zoom me out. Give me some weekly candles on this one. Look at this level that we're at. Look at this $12 level. I mean, we are like right sitting on all these highs. It's like the stock got stopped up here, 3 years ago, and so we broke it. We pulled back a little bit. We need to see some energy above this $12 and forward.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think you have some gas though. I think you have some gas.
Wait, zoom further out. This is okay.
That's weekly. This is monthly.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You got stop. I mean, literally a multi-year level. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, I'm really glad that you're talking about it that way. It is really crazy. This is an important time for Ford. I think Luke, I don't know if you've looked at this, but I would venture to imagine that Ford's peers would have similar moments happening right now, where they're hitting previous.
Pull up GM. I'm long GM too. Oh, that's right, because they did the bankruptcy thing. We're getting a little bit of a breakout here on GM.
Let's look at this on a daily chart. So you can see I was previously looking at this. Look at it. So the blue line I have here is the 50-day moving average. Mm-hmm. The 50-day moving average is like drawing the support for our triangle right now, like perfectly. So I'd be looking for a breakout above this 56. And then the breakout target would be like, I think, pretty conservatively.
So how do you have a breakout target if it's at all-time high?
Because it's forming a pattern. And patterns have targets.
Wait, so what? So no, teach me.
So when you see a spike,
do you do this to your listeners, Neil? You just tell them stuff and you don't explain it? I mean, Jesus.
Luke, what do you think? What do you think? Who do you think I treat better? My listeners here on the show, or you, Luke? Who do you think is more important to me?
Definitely the listeners. It's sure as shit better not be me. That means you treat the listeners really bad if it's me.
No, I always explain it. When you have trends up, Luke, mm-hmm. they always have impulses and then digestive phases. Right? That's what makes our zigzags. We always have zigzags up. So we have optimism and then sell off. Optimism, then sell off. Impulse corrective phase, impulse corrective phase, impulse corrective phase. And the impulse is almost always the same length as the impulse following the subsequent corrective phase. Mm-hmm. Thank you, 13. It's the Neil appeal. Mm-hmm. So let's take a look at this through history with this stock. We've got a little bit of a descending triangle, and each pattern has its own price targets, and so it follows like stop losses that you would set. Okay. So right, we have with Ford, or GM rather, we have this nice pull going up into our flag. All right. Looking at that. All right. So to set our price target after this corrective phase, to figure out what is the likely peak of our next impulse, we added this pull to the apex, and that was our price target. And you can see that that's where the next corrective phase started. It was a short corrective phase.
That's pretty cool.
But it sold off right there. And then, so right now we've got a longer one. This is a larger corrective phase, which means bigger moves, baby. Bigger moves. The longer the time period for the pattern, the bigger the breakout. So this one is actually not a triangle. I see this one as more as a flag. Actually, the argument can be made in a couple directions. We're on the daily. I might have to switch to 4 hour to get a better picture. Yeah, I'm really seeing this as a flag, because our first.
This isn't a bullish inverted horizontal triangle pattern.
Always the Philistine. Ever the Philistine. Whoops.
This is the emerging chameleon, is what I see in this.
You can call it what you want. You could. I want to start naming. We needed to start minting our own patterns.
Yeah, it's like when you name comets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Nobody cares except for you, but hey, it's sort of cool.
Yep. So since this is a ascending triangle with
Is that
like a
good?
super long apex, yeah, it's bullish. I mean, it's definitely bullish. I mean, let's look at this. Since this is a daily time frame, the MACD like really matters. We are in a little bearish period right now. So the MACD is working sort of like RSI. We're selling. Sellers are starting to take control. So we want our blue line here to cross over our orange line to confirm the idea that we're about to continue an impulse upward and continue this trend with an impulse upward. If we do that, we would want to see a breakout above this line. And that breakout would be the length of this pole plus the resistance level. So if you see
we're going to 80, baby. Come on now.
If you see a close above this resistance level, if you see a close above 56, so I would say like you hit 57 and some change, 57.50, I think you can pile in.
All right, so there's the move.
And then the move.
So I'm in it preemptively, but that's your level, Neil. And the trade is, again, if we get that break above $57, you're watching it go to 75. What makes you bearish on it?
Look at the comment from 13.
Oh, that's good. I don't like her anymore.
I don't really.
I used to be a big fan.
She's more. I've abstracted her from who she actually is. She's more of an abstraction now. All right, what's your other thing?
No, what makes you bearish on this stock? What level are we looking at? So you identified 57 on the upside to get bullish in this name. What do we need to get bearish in it?
A break below support. So there's two scenarios, but it would only be short term. The long term trend prevails. So you would need what would need to happen would be an actual breakdown and treating this like a triple top, which it could be. I mean, this could be a fucking triple top, dude. It's not a very long sustained one, but if we see a breakdown, that's another way of looking at it. Where's my paintbrush? What would make me bearish is it starts going down. It's the answer, dude. But what could happen is we get a failed breakout, and then everybody has their price target set for what I've just done because everyone's looking at the same pattern the same way I am. And then it could start going down. And then we learned from Brad from Trading Grounds the other day that you can sell calls when that happens.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know you like that.
Yeah. Oh, I love selling options.
So everyone's shooting for this price target, right? And then you get like what you think is going to be a triumphant breakout, and then it just goes down. You sell that price target call.
Okay.
You make that money.
Yep. All right.
All right, Luke. I think we've taken up enough of your time. I can see their ADD is starting to kick in.
No, I'm just looking at more stocks. I'm getting cracked on. All right, we'll get to it. Noon. We're talking about the stock and getting cracked.
Yeah. Now's your chance for your plug, Luke.
All right, guys. 12 o'clock Eastern. I'm back at it as per every day. Stuff we're going to be talking about today. We're going to be talking about some of these momentum names. Maybe we'll get into the ETF stuff again, right? Like I said, mature market thought. 70% of the assets are in ETFs, or not the stocks we like to talk about, right? We love talking about some of these YOLO Ripper stocks. But maybe we'll do a little bit of that today. And so noon Eastern. If you need a high energy lunch break, that is your time. Stay on this channel. Hit subscribe. Like the stream. Join us in the Discord. And I will see you soon.
Luke Jacoby, everyone. Hot Socks Luke. All right. Get out of here. Get back in your box. All right. That was Hot Socks Luke Jacoby. Good friend and colleague. She's doing Kanye dirty. Yeah, she's... All right, guys. We've got about 11 minutes left. What do you guys want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? Got time? XLE options. What about them? You guys know how options work. Volatility drives up the price, right? We got this really neutral candle on the day for XLE. I haven't looked at the options yet because I've been hanging out with you yokels. But something tells me the options are staying pretty consistent in price today. So come around lunchtime, I might be getting into some calls on XLE. But I'll be setting a stop loss on them, though. Remember, even with options, you can set a stop loss. And that should be commensurate to your actual price stop loss on the stock. So depending on what brokerage you're using, it might be harder to find. I know unpopular thing to say, but plenty of you guys that are watching this right now are on Robinhood. All right, admit it. It's hard to find on Robinhood, and I don't want folks to get burned because they don't know how to set their stops on options. All right, we'll look at Fubo. Fine. We had the CEO on today. Didn't he get the Benzinga bump? Hold, what the? This is weekly? Why are they so condensed? Well, talk about rummaging through the dumpster. Look at that. Look at that. Let's set some levels. Let's set some levels, guys. That's a high. This is important here. I'm just tossing levels out. Boom. Let's get our support. It's our sustained support. Is this a rat snack? You guys tell me. Let me get a rat emoji if you think it's a rat snack. We're getting texts. Just going to check and make sure it's not Hot Sox Luke Jacoby texting me some garbage. Nope, just my mom. Love you. All right, we got some rounding action here, guys. We got some rounding actions on Fubo. This is what we like to see. It's the Kardashian, right? Big sustained low. Miles is saying nope on Fubo. Here's what I got to say about that. It is a bit of a FOMO stock right now. So it is having a surge in attention from retail traders and volatility that it hasn't seen for a while. So that makes the chart look a little funky for a while. Gets a little abstract, right? But it's a big old bottom. It is a big old bottom. So what does the chart tell us? The chart tells us that if we're able to reach this level, not this weird thing in time, this you could honestly treat this like the in between the cheeks of your double bottom. You can kind of do that. And so that's why I've drawn this line here. This is an important level, and we can say that this is the neckline of our pattern. I'm not crazy about this one. I'll have to look at it on more time frames. But I would say you're looking for something like this. And then the low is basically here. So you'd be looking for something like this. Over the short term, is there an indication? The short term, look at this. Look at this, guys. Can you see this little thing right here? Let me zoom this puppy in. You see these two lines? The blue line has crossed the orange line. That's MACD, guys. There's MACD. That's the fast line crossing the slow line. That means down. Sell signal. All right. I got 9 cups here. I'm just looking for my bang energy. Sell signal for the time being. But if we do start to approach 88 and some change, yeah, that's bearish. That is bearish on the MACD. If we start to approach after whatever the hell is happening right now gets digested, if we start to approach 88, we could be in big old bottom territory. But right now, I'm out. My cards are face down. Face up. I don't know. I don't play poker. I'm not using cards on this one. All right. Any other tickers from you? Bullish rectangle on GBLU. Shout out to Joshua for actually tossing out his thesis on it. Ooh, what is this? Oh, JetBlue. Okay, so this is an airline. long sideways period, followed by a significant drop. Double bottom, yes. This is the lopsided. We call this the lopsided bottom. This occurs when the wearer puts their wallet in one back pocket for a sustained period of time. Also causes back issues. So this is our lopsided bottom. Let's use our rectangle tool here. Let's get rectangular. We'll go to the meat. So we're switching from the weekly to the daily because we want to capture the meat of the action. It's not this peeky poo jumping up. And no, I will never say peeky poo again. It's not this stuff jumping up. It's where the meat takes place, right? And we can see that that's where the gap down occurred, right? Important level. Bring this down to support. This is a little sloppy technical because I'm not super zoomed in. I got my MACD way too big. Let me bring this down. That makes us a little more exact. But still pretty darn in line. Like the real body, is that lining up? Yeah, so the real body of this green candle at the middle of our double bottom lines up perfectly with where this gap started. All right. Yes, I know there were candles following that, but it lines up previously with this support level. With this previous support level. You guys know what I'm trying to say. We tested trying to break out of this. 3 times we tested. 3 times. And then we did it. We gapped up out. We have resolved the double bottom pattern with JetBlue. All right. So if you were thinking about this from a fundamental perspective and you're like, oh, the airlines and the vaccine and everyone's going to start coming back and blah, 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 blah. Let the chart tell you. Is this a stock to be in right now? Let's look at the flag. That's how we started. That's how we started. Yes, this does look like a bullish flag. So on the daily, let's just go ahead and use a rectangle for our swing high to our swing low, which is today's support. Do it like that. Let's draw our pole. Remember, guys, you do not have a bullish continuation pattern, which is what a bull flag is, unless there is a preceding upward trend, which we have. Our preceding upward trend can be notated on the chart by looking at these 2 lows and see that we have higher lows, higher highs over time. So we are in an upward trend. That means that we are currently in I don't know how long the period will last. We are in a bullish regime with JetBlue. Yeah, it got eaten up today, didn't it? But when we're looking at it on the daily chart, let's go ahead and pull up our poll here. And I got about 3 minutes left in the show. So pissed that I couldn't get the soundboard to work today. We're going to set some price targets. Number one thing with JetBlue, we need to hold support, right? Because if it breaks down out of support, you don't have a flag anymore, right? In fact, you don't even have a flag until it breaks out of this level. And it's got a ways to go. It's got a ways to go to get there. All right. Remember, a pattern isn't a pattern until it's confirmed by price action. All right. So what we want to see is a candle that closes above that resistance at about 1995. And if it does, you can set, not what I wanted. You can set your price target at about $25. $25, which would be about a 26% gain. That's if it doesn't break down past support, and that's if it closes above resistance. Okay, guys, that is JetBlue. That's all I have time for. It is 10:29 Eastern. Next up, make sure you guys tune in for the Benzinga Pro Showcase with my good friend Ryan Faluna and Jonathan Mallard. There will be some great fundamental and technical analysis there in equal measure. Very well-rounded presentation. How you can use Benzinga Pro, the best damn stock research tool on the planet, to make money in the markets. Thank you all very much for joining me. But big special thanks to whatever that guy was that was on earlier. And if you guys want to get these stock picks in real time, make sure you follow me on Twitter at Neil's Tweets. I pin them to the top of my Twitter. And yeah, give me a like if you enjoyed what you saw. Give me a subscribe if you enjoyed it. And as always, If any of these videos get to 800 likes, I will let you guys pick out a rat costume on Amazon, and I will wear it, much to the enjoyment and loss of respect of my colleagues, my friends and colleagues, my coworkers at Benzinga. So thanks so much, guys. This has been Get Technical with Neil and my producer, Aaron Bree. Happy trading.